next question is, it's a half economy and half geography topic. A concept what is called as in India's intended nationally determined contribution. So every country have to commit to the climate conference that under the UNFCCC that everyone will be committing post 2020 how they will be contributing to mitigate or reduce the impact of climate change. Okay, so India also have made a commitment. So India's intended nationally determined, what is India's intended nationally determined contribution? So it's a 3-statement question. 3-statement and 4-statement questions are quite easy. So we'll just have an idea what is India's INDC commitment. So the commitment starts after 2020. So it's post 2020 period. India have said that India will lower the emission intensity of GDP. It's a very key word. Emission intensity of GDP. So emission intensity of GDP means, see, for every 1% of GDP growth, you know that energy plays a very important role in increasing the GDP. So for 1% of GDP growth, there used to be a percentage of carbon or greenhouse gas emission. So what India says that, what is the present, so it is the base year they are giving as 2005. So what is the, in 2005, if India is releasing a certain percentage of greenhouse gas emission, proportion to its increasing 1% of GDP, after 2020, that is from 2021 onwards, that greenhouse gas emission intensity in relation to percentage of GDP will be lower to a percentage of 33. So almost one third of emissions to GDP will be reduced by India, comparing it with the 2005 level. So that is India's very important commitment. Okay, so India targets to lower the emission intensity of GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030. So we'll see, it's a post 20 commitment, but when we will attain this, lowering this limit, we will be attaining it by 2030. And the base year will be taken as 2005 level. Second commitment is, India will increase the share of non-fossil based power generation capacity to 40%. That's another important commitment by 2030. Third is, India will create an additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 gigaton carbon dioxide equivalent through additional forest and tree cover by 2030. So all the 3 important goals will be achieved by 2030. Carbon sink, non-fossil fuel power generation capacity to 40% and emission intensity to be lowered by 33 to 35% by 2030 for 2005 level. So these are the most important commitments. So if you are clear with these commitments, you can answer a question. Okay. Now to answer this question, okay. So it is designed for post 2020 period. That's a correct statement. It targets to lower the emission intensity of GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030 from 2005 level. That's a correct statement. It is to increase the share of non-fossil based power generation capacity to 70%. No, it is not 70%, it is 40%. So third statement is wrong. So your answer will come as 1 and 2 only.